Hey, everybody. Welcome to today's show. Welcome to Advocate Information Highway. I'm your host, Anthony Lorito-Duke, and we have two really important topics for today's show, in which the first one is um, how the fans of the New York Knicks acted out in public after the New York Knicks won the 2026 NBA championship. And the second topic of today's show is how the family and friends, etc., of a young black man uh, who murdered a young white man about a year or so ago acted after the jury ruled that the young black man was found guilty of murder. And this was after it was proven that the young white man bullied the young black man for so long. Now, let's get right into the first topic. First of all, from all of us here at Advocate Information Highway, and from all of us at Disabled Reality, and also at Super Advocate, uh, those two shows that I host on Spreaker.com, we want to say congratulations to the New York Knicks after uh, they won the 2026 NBA championship. And it's been like 53 years, I think, since they last won the NBA championship. So congratulations to the New York Knicks on a successful win. But now let's get right into the important topics for today's show. Um, how the fans of the New York Knicks acted out in public after the New York Knicks won the championships for 2026 was absolutely disgusting. They went around destroying New York City, destroying it, trashing the streets, um, destroying vehicles, destroying a school bus. I mean, they just destroyed everything. So it is so important. It is so important that the New York State governor and New York City mayor, they have to stop all the watch parties and all the after parties of sporting events. There's no more any of those particular things after sporting events because we can't keep having this nonsense. Can't have it. It's got to stop. So that is why I've been working so desperately hard to get the New York City mayor to make the NYPD bigger, better, and stronger than ever before. And I have been working diligently hard to get the New York City mayor and the New York State governor to have curfews, permanent curfews. Okay, and I also been working diligently hard to try to get the New York State governor to fix the broken bail reform law, to get rid of all juvie halls, and to have these animals placed in adult prison cells and boot camps, and and to have the bills sent to their parents for all the damages that their kids do. Okay? These things desperately, desperately, desperately need to happen. Now, they're not going to happen right now. They're not going to happen right now. Why? Because this coming November, there's going to be a big election coming, which is going to be uh, state elections and federal elections. And the Democrats don't want to offend their base. Now, the New York City mayor and New York State governor, they're both Democrats. Okay. And they want their base to get out and vote Democratic, right? And what is their base? What is their base? Their base uh, is or are black people, Spanish people, and all the other communities that are that are uh, considered minorities. Okay. Now let's just say if by some chance if the mayor and governor did their jobs and created all these things, making the NYPD stronger, better than ever before, fixing the broken bail reform law, getting rid of juvie hall and putting all these animals in adult prison cells and boot camps, and sending the bills to their parents, all the damages that they do. Let's just say if all these things were in fact done, right? Now created by the mayor and the governor of New York, right? Their base would be in an outrage. Their base would be in an outrage. And then there goes any chances of their elections, of getting more Democrats in office. And then the New York State governor, there goes her chances of winning re-election. Now, now taking all this into consideration, the New York State governor, she has done a lot of great things for New York. There's no doubt about that. There's no doubt about that at all. The problem that stands is that these other things that she has not done, okay, it's going to come back and haunt her. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is, because right now she has a really good commanding lead over her Republican candidate, or you know, the Republican that's running against her. She's got a good commanding lead over him right now. But after, and this is just my belief. Now I don't have a crystal ball. I'm not a psychic or whatever, but I strongly believe that whenever the next New York State gubernatorial debate happens, her rating is going to drastically drop. Now, I'm not saying she's going to lose re-election. I'm not saying that. Because, again, I'm not a psychic. I don't have a crystal ball or whatever. But her ratings are going to drop drastically. They will drop drastically. And maybe, perhaps, maybe she might win just by that much. Teeny tiny, small little bit. A small percentage. She might just squeak by just by the skin of her teeth. Because she hasn't done these other things. So, yeah. It's going to come back and haunt her. It's going to come back and haunt her. Now, let's get into the second topic of today's show. And this is a sad story. This is a very sad situation. It was about a year or so ago. This young white man was really bullying this young black man. Now, I don't know if, I think it was in a high school or something. And the bullying got so bad. This young white man bullied this young black man for so long and so badly that the young black man took the matters into his own hands and went and murdered the young white man. Now, the trial just happened and the jury found the young black man guilty of murder. And the family and the friends and etc. of the young black man are outraged by the verdict, by the jury verdict. And they're saying that that there were no black people on the jury, and the young white man bullied the young black man for so long, and it's proven that he did for so long. and stuff, and the young white man uh, wasn't punished at all. Well, here's what I say to that particular part. The part where they said that the young white man was not punished at all. That's not the truth because he died because of it. So he was he is punished. He was punished because he died. He got murdered. Now, the young black man has to be punished for going and committing murder. Can't get away with murder, right? So it's only fair now that the young black man be punished for committing murder, right? Now, as far as for the part of not being any black people on the jury is concerned, I'm going to say some hypothetical situations. Okay. Number one, the first hypothetical situation. Let's just say, hypothetically speaking, if the jury found the young black man innocent, would you guys complain about there was no black people on the jury then? Right? Here's another hypothetical situation. Let's just say if the roles were reversed and if the young white man murdered the young black man, right? For bullying. And let's just say what goes to trial and the jury finds the young white man guilty. Are you guys going to complain about there's no black people on the jury then? Huh? Think, right? Now, a lot of people I've been seeing this on a lot of social media and stuff of pictures of people urinating on the tombstone of the young white man. I don't know if this is AI, whatever. I don't know if those pictures are true or whatever, but let's just say, hypothetically speaking, if those pictures are true. You don't do things like that. You don't do things like that. Because you'd be outraged if the roles were reversed. So the people that own that cemetery need to take security precautions for that tombstone of that young white man. Now, I'm sure the parents and stuff are going to say, well, it's the school's fault. Well, here's the thing. Here's how schools react to bullying. Okay? Now, if the person who does the bullying, if they're, let's say, just hypothetically speaking, if they're a captain of a football team or one of their major sports teams and stuff, the school is always defending the sports player all the time. Well, they're the main player. We need them, so we're not going to kick them out of school. Blah blah blah. Okay. Then you have another thing. You have parents going around saying, "Well, bullying has been around for generations. Oh, that's just how kids are. But just let kids be kids. Let the bullying happen." Then let's say if other parents, the kids who are being bullied, uh, uh, complain about the kids being bullied, the other parents are going around saying, "Well, you're making your kids weak. Your kids are weak. Your kids are weak. Bullying makes them stronger." Yeah. And if the parents of the kids who are being bullied say that, "Oh, it's proof that my kids are being bullied online, even, not just in school." Parents say, they're just weak. You have a bunch of crybabies. You're being bullied. Yeah. hmm Then you have a lot of these parents of the bullies saying, "Don't you know who I am? I'm the head of the board, and I put in so much money into this school. I'll have you fired. I'll stop the funding of the school." Then you gotta have strong school officials to turn around and say, "I don't care who you are. If you want to stop the funding of the school, go right ahead. Go right ahead. I don't care. I'm not going to tolerate your kid being a bully in my school." Okay. Then you have like coaches who go around running to the principals and saying, "Oh no, don't kick the kid out. No, 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 no. Please, we got to win this game. It's so important." You got to have school officials turn around to the coaches and say, uh, "Screw you. Get the hell out of my face. You're going to have to deal with a loss, and the person's not going to play. That's it. End of story. I'm not going to tolerate bullying in my school. End of story." Okay. And then you have parents who go around complaining, saying, "Well, what? The school officials should have get involved, and the security of the school should have get involved when the kids are being bullied." And let's just say, if any school officials, school security get involved, between the altercations of the bully, the person who is the bully, and the person being bullied, if the school gets involved in any way, shape, or form, parents go around saying, "But you touched my kid." And then here's another thing. If the school enforces the no bullying rule, then they turn around and kick uh, the kid who is the bully and the person being bullied. They kick them both out. They kick them both out because of physical altercation or whatever. Now, and if a person who is being bullied defends him or herself against the bully, you know, it's not right. But this is how the schools are. So it's all these things taken into consideration. And this is just how things are. Now, granted, we need tough officials to say uh, to the parents of the bully, you know, "Screw you. I'm not going to accept your child being a bully. End of story." End of story. Say the same things to the coaches and whomever that defend the bully and stuff. Hey, and have that bully get arrested. Call the cops on that bully. Have that bully sent to prison. And don't go blaming the victim. Don't go blaming the person that's being bullied. Okay? You can't do that. Now, and some schools will say, "Well, it was only verbal, there was nothing physical." If they're being bullied and there's proof that they're being bullied, then the bully needs to be arrested. The parents need to go to the police station, have the person arrested, and the school officials need to kick out the bully. End of story. End of story. It needs to be done. That's it. There's no if, there's no end, and there's no buts. And let the parents of the bully say, "Oh, but bullying has been around for generations. We're raising weak kids," and let them say all that. Oh well. Oh well. Let them say that because the bullying needs to stop. End of story. So it doesn't escalate into a possible situation like what just happened where that young black man murdered the young white man who was the bully. The young black man murdered uh, the person that was bullying him for so long. Okay? So, and now also uh, to the family and the friends, etc., of that young black man. Here's another thing that I forgot to mention. What about when black people go around bullying white people? Are you guys around then? Did you guys get in an uproar then as well? Where's the uproar when all the black people are bullying white people? You guys are in an outrage when when all the white people are bullying black people. You guys are in an outrage then, but you're not in an outrage when it's the reverse. Just keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind. All bullying, all bullying. And I don't care if the person is white, black, uh, Vulcan green, or Barney purple. I don't care. If they're being bullies, they need to be put in prison. End of story. End of story. They need to be kicked out of school and put in prison. End of story. I don't care. It just has to. It has to happen. And stop blaming everybody else in the interim. Stop pointing the finger at everybody else. Saying, oh, it's their fault for not getting involved. It's not. It's their fault. It's their fault. It's their fault. Stop doing that. Honestly, you have to blame your pathetic kids who are bullies. Seriously. End of story. And so, with that, I want to remind all my fans out there about a couple of things. One is for the two shows that I host on Spreaker.com. One is called Super Advocate, and the other is called Disabled Reality. For those two shows, I have a specific website that you guys can go to listen to all the episodes of both of my shows. And that website is titled Super Advocate. And the link to that website is superadvocate.codeadx.me. And if you guys go to that website, you guys can listen to all the episodes of both of my shows, like I said. But also on this website, you'll see a tab on there called promo codes. If you guys click on that tab, you'll see 8 promotions on there. Okay? And for the show Disabled Reality, I hosted today, just before this show, on Spreaker.com. I hosted that show, Disabled Reality. And for that show, Disabled Reality, we support 4 of those promotions. And those 4 promotions are More Labs, Clear Protein, Strong Coffee Company, and Zevo Life. Those are the 4 companies that we at Disabled Reality support. So you guys could check out those 4 promotions on there. And you guys could click on those 4 promotions, and it'll bring you right to each one of their websites. These are great companies. They have great products at great prices. I highly recommend you guys go check them out. And I also want to remind all my fans out there about my other website that I have called Advocate Information Highway. And the link to there is AIHNY.com. Again, that's AIHNY.com. You guys could check out all the pages on there. And I just want to really quickly mention just a few of the pages that's on my website of Advocate Information Highway. One of the pages is titled Blog, in which you guys can click on the title of that title, and it'll bring you right to my blog page, and you guys can check that out. Another title is called Shows, and if you guys click on that title, it'll bring you right to the shows page on my website of Advocate Information Highway. And on the shows page of Advocate Information Highway, you guys can also listen to both of my shows that I host on Spreaker.com. But on that, on the shows page of Advocate Information Highway, you guys can also watch and listen to all the episodes of this show of Advocate Information Highway on there as well. So I want to mention that. Another page that's on my website of Advocate Information Highway is titled Internet Store on Zazzle. If you guys click on that title and go to that page, you'll see a link on there. And if you guys click on that link, it'll bring you right to my internet store on Zazzle.com, in which you guys can see all the see and purchase all the products that I design and that are up for sale on my internet store on Zazzle.com. Another uh, page that's on my website of Advocate Information Highway is titled Bookstore on Amazon. If you guys click on that title and go to that page, you'll see three links on there, in which those are the three links to the three books that I wrote and that are up for sale on Amazon.com. So you guys can shop to your heart's content on there as well. And so with that, take care, everybody. Bye.